Good morning, everyone. Today I'm checking out Central Plaza in Chinatown, and we're still walking on North Broadway Street. As you walk on North Broadway Street on the left-hand side, you're gonna see that's a Blossom Plaza. You're gonna see a building, a nice building called Concho Benevolent Association. This one here. Concho Benevolent Association is one of the oldest associations in America. It was created in 1849 in San Francisco and it branched out to Los Angeles. It provided support for the Chinese immigrants coming to the U.S. And it is not just the only one. There's more now. Probably about 4 or 5 around Chinatown. And this building here that you see, it's a temple. It's a Buddhist temple. It's usually open every day from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. But sometimes it's closed. Maybe they're doing maintenance on the building. I'm not quite sure. I like the architecture. It looks simple, but it's really nice. I like it. And right across the street, there's an old building right there in the middle. I don't know what it is. I'll find out later on what it is. And here is gonna be the Central Plaza. This is the main Central Plaza from Chinatown. Coming up, you're gonna see the East Gate. It's one of the 4 entrances to Chinatown. So this is called the East Gate. Then you have West Gate on the other side. And I don't know what the North Gate is. Not for real. I only know the East Gate and the West Gate. If you pass the East Gate going north of Broadway Street, you're gonna see a couple of places, a couple of stores. It seems to be legit. It's probably been there for a long time, probably from the late 1930s. Oh, look at this window, it's nice. And there's a bakery too, right at the end, right, like in the corner. This one here is Kim Hong Bakery. It's a family-owned business or bakery since 1992. And it's also kinds of Chinese pastries and desserts. Right next to it is the Chong Him Hong store, and I think they sell like periodicals or newspaper from Asia, and herbal. It's a herbal store as well. And this is the famous Phoenix Bakery. It's been operating since 1938, and it was founded by and is still owned by the Chan family. They specialize in strawberry whipped cream cake. You see the painting on the right hand side, down right there with the red shirt? That's a bakery's logo, and it was created in the 1940s by Taras Wong. He was a really famous illustrator, a famous painter. We're going back to the East Gate, which is also known as the Gate of Maternal Virtues, and it was erected by Tony Yu Xing Hong, and he dedicated it to his mother. There is a 4 Chinese character poem that says the spirit of Mother Meng and Mother O, and those 2 women were really famous back in China. This is Sun Yat-sen's statue, and he's considered the father of modern China. Why he's considered the father of modern China is because him and other Chinese nationals back in 1911, 1912, they were able to overthrow the Qing dynasty that ruled China for about 2,000 plus years. All this place that you see here, it's called the Central Plaza, and it was built in about 1938, 1939, and Chinese and Americans came together and they started to design this new place because the old Chinatown was destroyed in order to build the Union Station. And so what you see here is not 100% Chinese architecture or American architecture, but it's a mix of both of them, the Chinese American architecture. On the left hand side of the wall, the one you see right there, it says New Chinatown, and that's the original name that it's supposed to have after old Chinatown was destroyed. And if you walk all the way here, you're gonna see this building here. I don't know what it was. I think it's a store, but I like the way it is set up, the architecture that it has. I like the balcony. It's pretty nice. I like that one. And okay, that's, I don't know if it's another entrance. And we're going to go back to the other street. I think it's called Junjing Road, right by the Bruce Lee statue. And then you're gonna see this building, the yellow building right there, right in the corner. Well, that's called Sun Moon Way. In the beginning, it was a rice bowl restaurant, and then later on, it was the site of the only Asian cabaret in town. And this is the statue of Bruce Lee, who happened to have a studio nearby at 628 College Street. He opened his martial arts studios in 1967. The statue was brought from South China, and it was installed here by his daughter Shannon in 2013. Then on the left hand side, you're gonna see this pink building, and it's called the May Law Building. And right now it have an awesome mural, and it was designed or painted by Vivace Designs. And this building here, the green one, is the Cakeland. Cakeland used to be a place where they used to have like cake themed rooms, and they have different colors, different settings. It's like a kaleidoscope kind of thing. You know, it was really nice. It was really beautiful. It was about art and cake. Make a right on Mailing Way, and on the right hand side you're gonna see a store, and that one is the Chunky Gift Store. That one right there. I didn't get inside, but it just had like gift stuffs, and that's it. Next, you will find the Golden Pagoda restaurant that was found in 1941. When it was open, people came from all over the place to observe its architecture and to taste Cantonese and Mandarin style dishes inside. The pagoda was owned by Chester Kwan, who passed away in 2008 at the age of 95. In the 1980s, it was sold and became Hop Louis Restaurants, and it closed down in 2016. The pagoda is said to be modeled after the famous Summer Palace in Beijing. And the good news is that they're planning on reopening the restaurant in the future. Then you're gonna make a right on Jinlan Way, and you're gonna see these stores here. And on the right hand side, you're gonna see this wishing well in Chinatown. This one here. It is a replica of the real China's 7-star caverns in Canton, China. It had 10 targets like health, wealth, love, and all that stuff. And it's been here since 1938. I remember when I saw in the early 90s, there was more figurines. Right now you don't see that many, but in the early 90s I remember there was a lot of figurines. There was water, it was more colorful, and I think there were fish too. Yeah, there were fish and water, but now it's dried and it's falling apart. Even the buildings look different. They used to sell traditional Chinese clothes, shoes. Remember those shoes that Bruce Lee used to wear? They used to sell those too. They used to sell martial arts weaponry too, such as swords, knives, daggers, and things like that. Another store, I remember, it used to sell porcelain, dishes, pots, and everything else. And it was nice looking kitchenware. Now they became art galleries now. Right in front of you, you're gonna see this beautiful mural, and it's called the Chinese Celestial Dragon, and it was done by Charles Wong in 1941. Charles Wong used to work for Disneyland, and he was the lead production illustrator for Bambi. In traditional Chinese culture, seeing a dragon or dreaming a dragon is a blessing. Here, a dragon is following a fireball, which represents the raw power and energy of the universe. The mural was restored twice in the 1970s and in 1984. Now we're gonna pass West Gate. It was installed here in 1938, and it was partially built with 150 years old camphor wood imported from China. But unfortunately, it was getting damaged by the inclements of weather, and so they decided to replace them with concrete pillars. The only original things left from the camphor wood are the four Chinese characters displayed across the top of the gate that translate as "cooperate to achieve." By now, you should notice that they use a lot of color red, right? Red color. In Chinese culture, red color means happiness and good fortune. That's what they use it so much. So I guess every time you pass through the gate, you've been blessed by happiness and good fortune. Maybe I'm just assuming. In this area here, right across Hill Street, you're gonna see this area here. It's the second time that I visited this area of Chinatown, and the only thing I saw here is that there's a lot of art galleries. It seems to be empty. Some businesses look that they shut down or something. I read an article about this place. There were old timers talking about it. They're saying that in the early days, even the 80s, this place used to be vibrant, alive. There was a lot of people walking around, children playing around too. There were stores, art, gift stores and stuff like that. And now it seems to be empty for some reason. The original people that were living here, they left, and so outsiders start buying all these properties, and they made it like art galleries, and that's it. New Chinatown exists thanks to Peter Soho. Peter Soho was a Chinese American that was born in 1900 in Old Chinatown, and so he graduated from USC as an engineer, and he was the first Chinese American that worked for DWP. He wanted to help his community, the Chinese community, and he was trying to buy land, but at that time, Chinese couldn't hold or buy land or own a house. So he partnered with an agent from the Santa Fe Railroad Company, and he got together with the Chinese entrepreneurs, the businessmen, and restaurateurs on how to design or build a new Chinatown, a new place to start all over. But not all the buildings from old Chinatown were destroyed or demolished. There's one building left, and it's called the Garnier Building, and it's located at Pueblo de Los Angeles Historic Monument. And now is the Chinese American Museum. It's a nice place to visit if you have the time. There's a store here. I think this is the limit or the border of the new Chinatown. Yep, this is it. And looks like there's a market here. It's closed, but it's a market. Now we're gonna go back to the same place from like the beginning here, that junction, and we're gonna go to the other side of this street. And basically, you're gonna see more art galleries. That's what you're gonna see here. But anyways, the first Chinese that was recorded in Los Angeles was in 1852, and by 1870 there were about 200 Chinese living in old Chinatown. Chinese women were a lot less, probably about 3 dozens, maybe 30 or 40 maybe, and they were forced into prostitution. Within the Chinese community, there were two factions, fighting against each other, trying to control the gambling houses, opium dens, and prostitution. It was a big business. One time, the factions were ready to fight, and so one faction was in El Coronel building, and during the crossfire, one of the deputies got shot in the arm. He asked for help, and this guy named Thompson came in, and when he went inside the El Coronel Adobe building, one Chinese came out with 2 6-shooters, and he shot Thompson in the chest, who died later on about 30 minutes later. The news went all over Los Angeles, and about 500 people got mad. That Chinese were, they thought Chinese were killing Americans and Mexicans. And so the building was surrounded by 500 people, and they started shooting at the building. And somewhere, sometime during the fight or the shooting, they were able to drag Chinese out of the building and they start hanging them. They lynched them, but not all of them were against them. Uh, some Angelinos hit them on their houses. Some of them helped them out to escape to the vineyards or the orange groves, and some deputies who were vigilantes before, they tried to put as many Chinese immigrants inside the jail so nobody can hurt them. But unfortunately, at the end, they hanged or killed or lynched about 18 or 19 people. Uh, amongst one of them was a 14-year-old boy, and that was one of the last lynch in Los Angeles. That was it. I'm just giving you like a broad idea, general story. There's more details into it, the names of the people and all that. It's more complicated, but I'm just giving you, you know, the general story, and that's it. And now we're gonna go to a temple that is close by. It's a really nice, beautiful temple. This is the Tian Hao Temple, and it's located at 756 Yale Street, and it's really a beautiful temple. The temple was built in 2005, where an Italian church used to be at. It was part of the Little Italy or Los Angeles before. The temple is dedicated to the goddess of the seas, Masu, who is also the same patron of the sailors and fishermen, and whoever it's deal with the seas and oceans. And there's other ones too. I think there's Wan Shu, the god of war, brotherhood, and righteousness, and Fude, I think it's Fude, the god of the earth, wealth, and merit. And this is, we're gonna, in the beginning, what you see these the two lions here, the guardians of the temple, and you see all these ornaments, all this design, architectural design. It's really awesome. I don't know the meaning of it. I know there's a lot of symbolism, but I just know what it is. I don't know what it is. I was kind of hesitant to get inside, I wasn't sure, but everybody's welcome to come in, you know. Donations are accepted. Look at all this stuff. Really beautiful. It is so quiet, really quiet. You feel almost like you're meditating, like meditation stuff. I wish I knew what all this means, but it's a good experience to see all this stuff. I noticed that all these goddesses or saints, I don't know what they are. They have like offerings, fruit offerings. I wonder if they eat the fruit. I mean, the people eat the fruit later on. Look at all this stuff. So many things to see. You see all the fruit? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of fruit. hear the one. I think it's the one, right? The one that the guy's hitting. These ones, I don't know what it is. Are they saints or what? I wish I could ask more questions, but I didn't ask. Is this Masu, the goddess of the seas? I don't know. Maybe it is, right? And this is it for today, my friends. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next time, the next adventure, next video. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.